Hi, this is a review of the dropcam Pro Wi-Fi powered home security camera. As you can see, it comes with a very small box. This will give you a sense of the size. Before I start, I'll tell you that I have been a long-time Wi-Fi security camera user. What I've been using is several different models of the Access camera. These are professional grade, very expensive, but very good. These are things that you will see in stores, and most people do not have these at home. This is the latest one that I have, used it for a few years now. It's the Access 207W. And I'm going to tell you why the dropcam is so much better than the Access. Before I open the box, let me just give you a rundown of the specifications. So this is the Pro version, which is their second version of the camera. It is a Wi-Fi camera. What's so cool about it, it runs up to 1080p HD video if your bandwidth supports it. It has an excellent night vision, and it has a field width of 130 degrees. And you'll be amazed how wide that is. If you put the camera against a wall, you can pretty much see the entire room to the left and right, as well as in front of it. The Pro version is $199.99, I believe, so basically a $200 camera. Again, compared to the Access, this camera is actually more expensive. It's over $200. So on a basic performance-wise, the dropcam Pro is actually better and cheaper. Now what they get you is you really need to, or you should buy the subscription service to have the video archived in the cloud for 7 days or more to make full use of the product. So let's open the box. You can see it's a very nicely packaged box. And this actually is the very first time I'm opening this thing. Notice the silver band. This just pushes out. Okay. And open this seal. And there you go. Now, I don't know about you, maybe it's the blue, maybe it's the fact that the box is actually of very, very high quality. This almost feels like opening up a Tiffany's box. So there you go, box flips open, you see the drop cam, and if you notice, this part actually lifts out. And underneath, we have a little instruction card and the rest of the hardware. So look at the hardware first. We have power supply. This is very Apple-like with a flip-down plug and a connection here. Some mounting screws, and one set of cables. We'll talk about this more later. Now the camera itself. So again, it's housed in a very nice box. It just kind of pops out. Here's the camera. And this is a base plate, which is plastic, followed by a little bit of FCC regulations if you want to read it. So I'm going to put the box back in the box for now. And put this aside. So first thing I noticed is this camera, the base is metal, so it's reasonably heavy. The camera itself is actually clipped into this hole here. So I can actually have it removed. So this contains the optics and all the electronics, and the only input really is this little micro USB connection. So you don't have to use the base, although the base is very well designed. It's kind of weighted, so I think they recommend if you want to just put it on a bookshelf or something, it will work fine. And then this is for mounting on the wall. So the screws are included. This goes against the wall, this clips into it, and then you can have a camera pointing with it. So again, it has a lot of kind of Apple-esque packaging, I think. The base of the camera, it's kind of rubbery, whereas the rest, I think, is plastic. It's pointed out to me that the lens, of course, is covered by a little sticky, and the sticky says hello. So just a little nice touch. So this, okay, as I said, clips into the base, and then you can position it. But the first thing that made me wonder was, why did they give you a USB cable, so basically USB to micro USB, as the power? It seems to make no sense, correct? I would expect that we use a standard power supply. But this is actually extremely clever. What's going on is, the instructions will tell you, once you have the camera, you connect the cable into the camera. And then you plug the USB cable into your computer. And what happens is, the camera actually appears on your computer as a disk. So I'm a Mac user, so this goes into my MacBook Pro, and this image is mounted, and the installation software is actually presented as the mounted disk. So basically there is no additional downloads or anything is involved. You plug this thing in, the installation software is available on the computer, Mac or Windows, and then off you go. And that's why they keep telling you that on the box. It says it's a 60 seconds configuration setup, and it is about that. So let's continue looking at the hardware. So I'm going to clip this back into the camera. So assuming once you set up the installation. Now it's important where this camera points, right? The bottom of this is where the image is going to sit. So either you have the camera mounted this way or this way, then you would turn the camera like so. The issue is the cable connects to the bottom, so I'm going to plug the cable in. Okay, so this goes into... So my first try is, so I have a camera like this. And then what I realized is, because this is a very high quality cable, which is good, it's very thick, flexible, but strong. Because of it though, it's really pushing against the connector and the base. So if you do it this way, it's going to be really hard to bend it. I just can see this is kind of putting some strain into the connector. So what I end up doing is to use the camera upside down. And luckily on the software side, you can configure the camera to do a 180-degree flip. So up becomes down, down becomes up, and this will work. Or if you're mounting it on the wall this way, then you can of course have the camera pointing this way. So that's about it for the hardware. So we have camera, supply cable, which is long enough, charger, mounting options, and I'm going to show you some screen captures of the video quality, which is amazing. So in summary, for $200, I really recommend this because the setup is very easy. The video quality is really good. The night vision capability is very good. It also has two-way audio, so not only you can hear from the camera, you can actually talk through the camera into the room that you're monitoring. It comes with iOS client, so you can operate and view the camera remotely from your phone. And finally, to fully make use of the service, you really need to buy the subscription, which is about $100 a year, and that's where they get you. But what you get is a cloud-based storage of your video for 7 days, which is probably what you need, or you can pay more and have it stored for 30 days. Because the video is stored in the cloud, it has some pretty impressive processing capabilities. So when you're viewing the live video, you can actually zoom in quite well and see a lot of details. So it's almost like in the movies. Alright, so I'm going to show you the installation process. So I have the USB plugged in the camera, okay, and I'm going to plug the other end of the USB into my MacBook Pro. and let's wait. So the light actually comes on, so we know it's powered. And on the Mac, it's showing up as a device. It says dropcam Pro. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see Setup dropcam Macintosh app. So again, the setup application is now presented to the Mac via the USB port. Very nice. I'm double click on this, and it's going to ask me for my password. So after I inputted the administrator password, the setup app launched. Okay, it's called Congratulations, create account, I'll log in and get started. So since I have an account, I logged in. And it detected the Wi-Fi network, so select Wi-Fi network, and I'm just going to pick network here for now. Passwords again. So it found my network and now it's connected. So this is step 2. Next. Disclaimer, I guess. Understand operation guideline. And then that's it. So all I need to do now is to unplug this, plug the camera in, and I'll show you the video quality. So now I've plugged the camera into the wall, so it's booting up, and the installation software is waiting for the camera to connect, which is taking its time. So it's connected. You can see the blue light. It went from flashing amber to a solid blue. Now it asks me to personalize my camera, and I'm just going to say Office, Eastern Time, and watch now. And it failed because I don't have Acrobat. It by default launched Safari on Mac, which I do not use. So I'm going to bring up the camera using my account directly in Chrome. So this is a little problem, I guess, if you happen not to have Flash set up with your Safari on a Mac. So I have started Chrome, my default browser, and logged into my dropcam account. So you can see I have 2 cameras. This is the one that I already have, and this is the one that we just set up. So I'm going to click on it, and it's connected. You can see my cameraman behind me right there. The image is also upside down because I have it set up to have the USB pointing to the top. So I'm going to go to Settings, Camera on, Status Light, HD Video, Night Vision, Auto. I click this Rotate Image, and it will flip the image. There's some other cool features that I'm not going to show right now, so I'm just going to save this. So notice I am changing the settings in the cloud, and once the camera is updated, we would see the updated image. So right now the camera is flashing amber again, so it's probably resetting. And now it's blue. So the camera's reset it, and there it is. Okay, so you're looking at the browser, which is looking at what the camera sees. Okay. And you also notice there's a slight delay, so that's normal. So because the video is going up to the cloud and coming back on the other end, there's a short delay. And you can see how clear the video is, and also how wide the field of vision is. So okay, so I'm pointing the camera towards the wall, and you can see how wide it sees. So okay, I'm going to point it. So it's sitting right on top of my computer. You can see my camera helper there. Now I talked about the zoom capability, so I can actually zoom into a point. Okay. But now it is looking at an image that it's maybe 15 feet away. Okay. And if you click this enhance button, it's actually going to digitally enhance. As you can see, you can almost read what's on that box. Okay. I'm going to reset the zoom to come back to normal. Now I'm going to show you the night vision. So I'm going to switch off the lights in this room. It's nighttime now anyway. Okay, and move the cameras behind the light so that it will hopefully decide that it's nighttime. Now to notice, you see that it's lit, but actually it's not. It's complete darkness there. And what happens is, this is the night vision working. Okay, so if you point the video camera to what the camera is seeing, you will see almost pitch dark. And compared to what the laptop sees, that's how good the night vision is. And turn the lights back on. So I moved the camera into my office, so you can see now this is the office cam, and we have one in the kitchen as well. So I'll finish off to talk about some of the other features that is really neat. So I, of course, primarily interact with the camera on my phone with their app. What you can do is you can set up a time-based schedule, so you can, the camera comes on certain times of the day and goes off at certain times of the night usually, because it has very good motion detection. So the way it is now is if somebody goes in the kitchen, it will actually send an alert via iOS to my phone to say activity detected in the kitchen, and it will start recording, which is kind of cool. The other neat thing, and I think they said this is beta or it's only available with the iPhone, is that they have location sensitive scheduling. So I can actually have it set up so that if I'm carrying my phone, as I return home, it will switch off the camera. The idea is if it's a security camera, if I'm home, I don't need to have the camera on. And when I leave, the camera automatically comes back on and start recording. So anyway, in conclusion, highly recommended. The iPhone app is really cool. The digital zooming and all of that is very nice. And the most important thing is that the video quality is really, really very good.